Everyone knows that women love confident men. So let me ask you, do you really feel confident in your own skin? If you are not and are currently struggling to attract beautiful women, then make sure to stay until the end of this video because what you will learn will transform your romantic life forever. The thing with confident men is that they are brutally honest and real. A confident man will talk to a girl because he likes her and he is not afraid to show her his sexual interest. A confident man doesn't care about being rejected. He sees rejection as an incompatibility or as the woman's loss. Either way, it doesn't bother him. The reason why women are attracted to confident men is because they feel good about themselves for who they are. Confident men care more about their own opinion than the opinion of the women they like. In a sense, women are attracted to men whose sense of internal worth is higher than their need for external validation. Why? Because a man with high self-worth is a high-status man and women are drawn to status. Most men think that status is having lots of money and material possessions. This is not true. Being materially rich is the result of your status, not the other way around. Back in our caveman days, most men had about the same material possessions, so there was no way for women to judge men according to this. Instead, women judge men's status by watching their behavior. I urge you to remember this. Your attractiveness to women is conveyed mainly through your behavior. This is because your behavior is what determines your status. For example, Jake has a strong identity and he likes who he is. If he doesn't like the way he is being treated, he stands up for himself. If he meets a girl he likes, he will talk to her and ask for her number. Now, let's talk about John. He is the typical nice guy. John molds his behavior to be liked everywhere he goes. If someone is rude to him, he will just laugh and tell a self-deprecating joke to avoid any conflict. When he likes a girl, he gets nervous and anxious around her. Jake is a high-status man. He values himself more than he values the opinions of others. He is not afraid to express his intentions and neither of creating conflict. John is a low-status man. He makes fun of himself to avoid conflict and he changes his personality in hopes of being liked by women. A high-status man is not submissive to others. If a woman rejects a high-status man or is rude to him, he will let it go fast and move on with his life. A high-status man does and says what he wants because he wants. He is never rude, but he will never alter his personality to please someone else, especially women. Ironically, this is what drives women crazy. A man who will never defer to her no matter how beautiful she is. We can say that low-status men are needy. They need others' attention and approval to feel good about themselves. High-status men are non-needy men. They feel awesome about themselves. They like their life, their values, their career, and their personality. They feel so good about themselves that they don't need anything from anybody. A non-needy man will dress the way he wants because he feels good in those clothes. A needy man will wear certain clothes to impress others. A non-needy man will study because he values learning. A needy man will read books and take courses because he wants to be seen as smart. A non-needy man's behavior is driven by his own approval. A needy man's behavior is driven by the approval of others. Now, let's talk about how to become a high-status non-needy man. The only way is to get comfortable being vulnerable. Most men think that vulnerability is the same as being a coward or being weak, and this is absolutely wrong. Vulnerability is the way you show courage and boldness. Vulnerability is when you expose your true intentions, feelings, values, and actions. It means to expose your true self to the world and dealing with the consequences. Here are some examples of vulnerability. If you meet a girl you like, you can be vulnerable by saying, "Hey, you're cute and I wanted to meet you." If a woman is being flaky and you don't like it, you can say, "Hey, I don't like your mixed signals. If you like me, we can keep seeing each other. If you don't, then that's fine with me, but we won't see each other again." The thing with vulnerability is that it must be honest. It's not enough to express emotions, intentions, and actions. They must be authentic and real. This requires courage and boldness. That's why I said that vulnerability is the trait that shows women that you're a high-status man whose behavior depends on your validation. Whether it's talking to a girl, joining a chess club, or building a business, a non-needy man always takes honest and real action. The more nervous something makes you, the more chances you're being honest. From women's point of view, being brutally honest as a man makes total sense. Honesty builds trust, and trust creates feelings of safety, and women need to feel safe and comfortable with men to fall in love. Why? Because they have more to lose than men. Just think about being strapped with a baby for at least 18 years. I think all men should strive to become non-needy. Not just to be more attractive to women, but to have a better life. Being honest makes life so much easier. A non-needy man knows that not all women will like him, and that's fine. He knows his job is to filter out the women who like him from the ones who don't. A non-needy man has high standards for himself. Since he feels good with himself, he is not afraid to stand up to any woman who doesn't treat him the way he wants. A non-needy man will only get excited about being with women who are also excited about being with him. If a woman feels so-so about him, he will lose his interest fast. A high-status man feels good about himself because he has consciously developed activities, values, intentions, and desires that are true to himself. He has a career he likes because he was honest when he chose it. He has friends he likes because he honestly wants to be surrounded by them. He has hobbies he likes because he practices them to amuse himself, not others. Now, I will give you 3 things that you can apply to become a high-status, non-needy man. The first thing is to make a list of all the things you always wanted to do. They could be cooking classes, yoga, MMA, joining a debate club, whatever feels true to yourself. Now, go and do one of those things. The second thing is to always be honest. If someone disrespects you, tell them. If you want to talk to someone, do it. If you want to wear certain clothes, do it. Your conscience is always telling you what's true to yourself, so pay close attention. The third way is to talk to a woman you like. You don't need to invite her out or ask for her number, but at least approach her and make small talk. This requires high levels of courage and vulnerability, so don't feel pressure to do it right away. The idea is that women like men who express themselves honestly because honesty requires courage and boldness, and these traits make women feel safe. This video was inspired by the book Models by Mark Manson. I think it's by far the best dating advice book for men. I have listened to the audiobook at least 10 times. It's a must-read for every man who wants to improve his dating life. You can get the audiobook for free by signing up to your audible.com free trial with the link in the description of this video. Make sure to grab it right now.